Hello, everyone, and welcome to Coaching Think Talk. I am Life Coach Shaun from Life Coach Philippines, and this is coaching for inspired fidelity. And this coaching conversation are for men who want to speak about their thoughts, about their feelings, about their emotions. And my mission is to be able to help 1 million men to live, to love, to learn, to laugh, and to live a legacy. Those are the five L's that I teach men out there to start living life. We need to start living life. We need to not be so fixated with or to conform with this world of what this world is asking us or asking us what we need to be to start loving ourselves. You would say, Coach, I love myself. Hey, if you love yourself, then you need to be able to take care of all of the things that you need, right? For your mental health, for your physical health, for your spiritual health, and also your emotional health, and also to learn new things, to learn new experiences, to learn new knowledge, to learn new skills, to learn new wisdom. These are the things that we need to start learning as men, and so that when we grow old, we have kids, it's something that we can live a legacy to them, and also to laugh at, you know to enjoy life, to be joyful in life, to be joyful with the things that we have, to be joyful with the relationship that we have, to be joyful that at times, hey, we make mistakes, we create errors, we have errors, and that's okay. It's okay to laugh about it, and also to live a legacy in which that you would be say in God's time when you're being called, you would say that, hey, I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to go home. I did all my part. I did what I think and what I've received that God has asked me to do. And I'm okay to go home. And that is something that I help men out there. Thank you for joining me for today's session. Please leave your digital footprint by letting us know where you are currently located from or where you're coming from today. Please do tag your friends and circulate this video, and let's help more people in the digital space. Share this video so we can bless more people. If you want to give a shout out there, just give them a shout out. Give them a shout out to the people that you love, the people that you care for, the people that inspires you, and the people that you inspire as well. Most recently I had I see COVID in the face already. I see COVID in the face of people, in the people that I know of, that they're experiencing it. Some of them, went home already. That we don't know where our time is. We don't know when we will be called, when we will end in their life right now. Then let's start having that connection. Let's start having that interaction. Start having that deep conversation or rich conversation with people and connect with them. Send them some inspiring message. Send them a message of hope, of faith, of fear, that whatever happens, whatever they do, they need to be able to invest their time. They need to invest their resources in ways that would make them feel that life was worth living and life is worth living right now. If you are watching this on a replay, please do comment #replay in there. I am streaming via FB page of Life Coach Philippines and also YouTube channel Coach AI Connect. If you are new to the page, please, or new to the platform, please like, follow, and subscribe. Thank you for joining me this wonderful morning. Master Coach Jasmine, maraming salamat. Coach Lady Jan, thank you for joining. And Coach Nords from the far reaches of the Philippines. Yan. If this is the first time you're joining me, if this is the first time you're seeing this face, if this is the first time that we have an interaction, let me introduce myself. Again, I am Life Coach Shaun, the man from Pasig City. I'm a professional certified co-actively co-create life coach. And I'm also a certified mental health coach from Life Coach Philippines. And Life Coach Philippines, by the way, is a certified CPD provider. So if you are a professional and you are in need of completing your CPD requirements for your professional development, or if you are someone who's looking to get promoted and be a leader and you're looking for a skill, if you're looking for knowledge, if you're looking for soft skills that you need to utilize as a leader, as an individual contributor, I would like to ask you to join us, message us here at Life Coach Philippines, and we'll be happy to support you and share to you what are the CPD programs that we have that can help you jumpstart your career. Indeed, it's not just you getting that CPD, but it's you really getting the value of the learning that you have and utilizing it in ways that would allow you to serve, the work that you do and the people that you are influencing and inspiring. As a life coach, I empower men to be mentally fit so that they can stay inspired to live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Yes, a lot of men out there have achieve a lot of success already in their career, in their relationship, in their life, and so on. But you feel that there's something's missing. You feel that there's more in life. You feel that there's something that you haven't really, scratched the surface in there, and you're trying to figure out, okay, what do I need to do? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? And so on and so forth. At times, you get to waste our, time and energy doing things that doesn't give you the satisfaction and the result that you want. And eventually, you get disappointed at the end, and that is where the power of life coaching comes in, because when you understand, when you have clarity on what you need and what you want, you are more focused, and your energy is focused towards the things that gives you meaning and fulfillment. What do you need to remember about me? Well, the first one is I've been married since I was 19 years old, very early. I have two kids who are now teenagers, and my son just recently had his birthday yesterday. Now he's 16 years old. Super proud of him, who he is becoming. And I am not normal. Yeah, and that's one of the biggest things. I am not normal. Last August 26, I was diagnosed and assessed by my psychiatrist as having adjustment disorder and depressive mood and anxiety. These are the things that it's difficult for me to be able to adjust to emotional situations. Like if there are situations where it's so emotional, either I do two things. The first one is I flight, I wall up, I run away as fast as I can, because I cannot handle the emotions that's happening. Because if I do that, I might, fall down, break down, and just would go crazy. And the extreme side of it is I go into anger mode, and at times the worst case is the extreme is I go into rage, which is puts me in a depressive mood, and I have anxiety, and that is the one affecting me. And right now I'm super grateful, because Master Coach A is my personal coach who's helping me in my mental health, and also in helping me in my mental fitness. And we are in a 1 year relationship right now, which is beautiful, a beautiful journey, a beautiful realization, and a beautiful acceptance of the condition and the mental health that I have, or the mental condition that I have, which allows me to live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. At times you get to a lot of challenges in this world that we forget to see the beauty of life in us, the beauty of life around us. And that is where life coaching comes in, and it makes the world, the experiences better. It makes things powerful. It makes things much enjoyable. All right. So thank you again for joining me. Coach team, my better is there. Leonard, maraming salamat. The couples, thank you very much for joining me. Today, I'm going to talk about thinking outside the box. Yeah. For men out there, how, when, and where do you think outside the box? And if you're thinking outside the box, and this is probably good for the woman who's watching out there as well. How do you think outside the box? Like your current thinking right now, when you think about problems, when you think about relationship, when you think about people, when you think about the pandemic, how is it that you're thinking about it? How are you digesting all of these things, and how are you consuming all of the information that we see out there? Now, if you remember, if you watch or you've joined the Samut Summit, that Master Coach has conducted, I talk about the man box out there, and I talk about the seven boxes of man box. And the seven are the self-sufficiency box, which means that men needs to not talk about their concerns, their weaknesses, their personal problems. The acting top box, it means that the guy needs to be acting tough. They need to be in a fighting mode. They need to be strong, and they not need to be fearful, even though at times they're fearful and scared. Number 3 is a physical attractive box, in which I don't need to fix myself. It's okay. I'm a man. I can be, long hair, have a lot of beards, and so on and so forth, and I don't need to fix myself. 4th is the rigid gender box, in which men do not do household chores. So if you're not tigasin, you might have this stereotype. Me, I'm not tigasin. I'm tigasin, tagasaing, tagaluto at times. At times I clean the house, and so on and so on. And that's okay. That is something that, I step out of that box, rigid box, because it's not good for my mental health. And the 5th is heterosexually and homophobia box, in which gay men are not real men. Straight men should not have friends with any gay people. That is the one stereotype. And hypersexuality box, in which this box means that a man needs to have many partners. This is connecting to the prehistoric ages, and they have people, and men have different partners. And aggressive and controlled box, which is a man need to be in full control of everything that's happening with them. Now, unfortunately, the seven types of stereotypes of men, these are rigid thinking. These are rigid thinking that limits us to seek support, to enjoy life more, to invest in relationship more, and especially during times of crisis in which it's not allowing us to seek people to help us. And rigid thinking means there is an inability for us to change our mind when all of the sites that we have, all of the things, all of the road goes to or moves towards to or is anchored or targeted towards to a change in mindset. So think about your mindset right now. Is there one thing? Think about one thing that maybe is a nuisance for you when you have a conversation with your spouse. At times your spouse would highlight all of these things, saying this and that. Your behavior is like this. You do this. Sometimes you don't do that, and so on and so forth. These are types of mindset, types of rigid thinking that either we don't accept it or we don't accept it. As men, we don't accept that really, and we just say it as is. Hey, men are men, and we are like this, and there's no need for me to change. And when a person has rigid thinking, it means that there's an ability for the person to see situations from a different perspective. Because again, how they see the world is how they created, or how this world created that man needs to be and man needs to think about. Maybe your husband is a quiet person, doesn't share a lot of their emotions, doesn't share a lot of their feelings, that doesn't share about their ideas and thoughts. And people would think that that is normal in a societal norm, but it's not really normal as a human being, because as a human being, we are born to make connection. We are born to have connection. We are born to have interaction. We are born to have rich conversation. And these blinders, think about, a horse having blinders like that, which you cannot see the different aspect, different perspective, what have you, and it's covering the vision of the person. And as men, what the tendency is, we tend to keep our thoughts, we tend to keep our feelings, we tend to keep things to ourselves, and we find alternatives on our own to solve our own problem, to solve our own mishap, to solve our own wrongdoings. And unfortunately, being able to create or find ways to cope with stress and pressures lead us to feeling remorse afterwards. Me, having been to 19 years of marriage, I had bad decisions in my life. Bad decisions, not just in bad decisions with the work, with my decisions with my children and so on, but also bad decisions with my marriage. And I made bad decisions in having different relationship with a woman that did not strengthen my relationship with my spouse. And again, I'm not saying that you need to do it. Don't do it, by the way. That's not a good thing to do. But it's something that men are not having, that don't have other options, because they feel that when we start sharing their emotions and feelings and thoughts to other people, they will be rejected. Men are not bad people. Not all of us are bad people. We just don't know any better. We don't know any better about the way that we need to manage such situations. We are fearful that people would reject our feeling, would reject our thoughts, would reject our our emotions. And these are the things that how we behave. And the lack of knowledge and skills for us keeps us men from expanding our horizon and learning better ways for us to think of different things and assess different things, process different things. And these are the things that we limits us in a box. So think about yourself right now, and which box are you in? Are you in a space in which you're limiting yourself towards living the life that you want, or living the kind of relationship that you want with your spouse, with your children, with your parents, with other people, or even being intentional about the kind of experiences that you want to create? Now, how do we combat this rigid thinking and eventually get these men stereotypes out of the way of our growth? Yeah, I'll give you three modes of thinking. Ayan. Again, for the woman out there, you can connect with this as well. Three modes of thinking. The first one is convergent thinking. And that is the first kind of thinking. And convergent thinking, this is when a person uses logic to think about situations and problems. Oh yeah, for women out there, if you have a husband who thinks about things logically, for me, this is my default. Before, I gather the facts first, gather every single thing, and so on, so on, and so on. Then I create an answer to my spouse, to my other people, to my workmates, and so on and so forth. So it's fact based when you think about things and you respond in a way. And this is sometimes called critical thinking. This is sometimes called vertical thinking. This is sometimes called analytical thinking or linear thinking. Yeah, and those are the things that this is called about thinking. And in general, this is a convergent thinking in which you think about things logically. Now, in convergent thinking, our mindset needs to be in a space where we need to provide correct answers. That is what convergent thinking is all about. There are things that we need to do that they have standard questions that does not require any significant way for you to be creative. We can see this a lot in school. In school system, you need to study this and you have multiple choices. Sometimes you do essay and so on. But this is mostly a test of your intelligence. So you might be thinking, or you might be, reflecting on, okay, why is it that the way that I'm thinking right now is convergent thinking? Well, that has a lot of influences. Of course, the first one is from our parents or caretakers, going back to school, and eventually at work, because that has been the way that the industrial revolution was created. And in solving problems, the way that you do in solving problems, you must be able to come up with the single and well-established solution. So that is what the convergent thinking is all about. So reflect on that. When you think about, or if you know someone who's thinking about situation, are they thinking about things in a logical manner, which they gather all of the necessary facts and information that eventually they create a solution or an idea from it, right? So that is the first one. Number two is divergent thinking. A divergent thinker, this is when a person uses imagination. Yeah, this thinking mostly for the creative people out there. My child is a creative person. She's an animator, and it's one of the things that she does. And it's about having questions and answering those questions with ideas. So at first, you have one question in the middle, and what you do is throw away a lot of ideas here and there, a lot of thinking that allows you to be more creative. And divergent thinking sometimes is called creative thinking. It's sometimes called horizontal thinking, and it's sometimes called, in the workplace, we do this when there are new things. It's called brainstorming. Yeah? And in divergent thinking, this is where you start brainstorming. And in divergent thinking, a person generates many, many, many creative ideas, which means you can explore all possible solutions. So you're not trapped in a box that you're just gonna stay there, not gonna move anything, and so on and so forth. So you're outside of the box, it's spontaneous, it's free flowing, it's non-linear ways of thinking, and you just need to think about it and throw in everything in there and you generate ideas, and in an emergent way, in an emergent cognitive fashion, and there's no unexpected connection between ideas or information. There's no as such. Just throw things in there until such time that you are able to maximize all of the thoughts that you're thinking. All right. So that is divergent thinking. The third and last way of thinking is lateral thinking. Yeah, lateral thinking. This one when you're doing lateral thinking, which is the best for me when I became a certified life coach 3 years ago, and I continue on in my journey. This is for me the transformation or the change that I needed to do. And lateral thinking is now combining or synergizing both convergent and divergent thinking. So your analytical or logical skill and also your creative skill going back into one and synergizing the two. And it's about solving problems in an indirect way and creative ways and creative approach. And you don't need to box things already. When you think about it, there's no need for you to box things. You don't need to, you know, don't need to stay in one area. You need to go get out of there. And the traditional step-by-step process is something that you don't need to follow when you are lateral thinking, and you don't need reasonable answers on set. Like, you can be creative, you can think about things, and eventually this is great, by the way. If you are part of the Be Learning Society, the tent maker of the Be Learning Homes for Mental Fitness, this is called a polymath, because in Master Coach is teaching us the polymath last time. So polymath is, you have different skills, you have experience, different competencies in there. Gather all of those things and create something magical in there. You can combine different competencies and so on to eventually get an emergent out of that, and you can utilize that. And if that is something that you want to learn more, just feel free to message us here at Life Coach Philippines, and we're happy to have a conversation with you and share to you how the Be Learning Society and the Mental Model Masterclass will help you transform your life and your relationship. Now, I'll compare lateral thinking with critical thinking, okay? Critical thinking is focused on judging the truth and seeking errors. Now, at work, this is common, critical thinking, that you need to find what is truth and you need to find error. And we all have experienced this, even at school, even at home, where people tend to focus on the wrong things rather than the right things, which the person has done. It's not focusing, like appreciative inquiry focuses on positivity, positive psychology, a positive way of inquiring. But this one, what happens when you're critical thinking, it's more of, taking a look at it on a negative way. While lateral thinking, if you're thinking laterally, if you know someone who's thinking laterally, on the other hand, is concerned more about the value of the person's thoughts, the value of the person's ideas, the value of the person's actions and behavior. Yeah, those are the things that you think about when you have a lateral thinking, or when you're transitioning towards thinking in a lateral way. And they are asked to move from, what is a known idea to creative idea. Yeah, creative idea. You're stepping away from that, hey, we need to think about things laterally, and we need to think about things in an open way, and you don't have to be boxed in different ways. Hello, Coach Marife. Thank you for joining. Now, what are the things that we need to consider when we are about to think outside the box? And for men out there, the things that I will share to you might be easy, but it's difficult. And if you need support, if you need help, you want to be able to get out of that box of thinking, because I know how challenging it is. I know how pressuring it is to be inside that box in which you're not able to express yourself. You're not able to share your thoughts and ideas. I've done that for the last 14 years of my career, in which I was so successful in my career, I got promoted and so on, but I'm not able to express my thoughts and express my feelings to other people. And that made me choose decisions that I regretted in ways, and it didn't help me with my mental health. Eventually, my mental health started to decline. I had a mental condition, and I thought I was normal. But hey, guess what? I'm not normal, which is okay. I accepted that last Sunday when we had Master Coach, I had a session. So I realized that, hey, it was sinking in already that I'm not normal. What are the things that you need to start doing for you to start thinking outside the box? Give you five tips that you can start implementing. Number one, alter your beliefs. Yeah. Alter your beliefs. Think of other ways that you can think of the situation and problems. At times you can be too fixated with one thing that we tend to be able to see things in a different perspective. So alter your beliefs by continuing to think about things in a different perspective. Number two is make progressive change. And when I say progressive change, it means that you are investing on your learning, that you watching right now, even though at times you don't comment in there, that is okay. Invest in your learning, change your perspective about how you see the world and how you see yourself as an individual. So that is number two. Number three is practice what you learn, because you're investing on learning, you're investing your time, right? Your time, when you use that, you can't get that back. Money, you can still work on that and you can get the money, sometimes double, triple, fivefold, and so on and so forth. Practice what you learned. Do the 10,000 experiment. This is part of the mental model masterclass. That's Master Coach A. Find ways, Master Coach A taught, find ways and make life more meaningful and fulfilling, more productive, and so on and so forth. Practice what you learn. Don't waste what you've learned. All right. Number 4 is put things to work. Learn to embrace mistakes and failure. Mistakes and failure can happen. Will happen. It's part of the journey. It's part of making you stronger. Don't let these mistakes and failure hinder you or undermine you from thinking alternative ways to solve problems. So continue to explore, continue to find ways to do in that. And number 5, seek help, which is very challenging. I tell you, very challenging for me as a man. Seek professional help. If you are in that state right now where you're not able to enjoy your life already, you are in the space of, I call it rut. I call it rut because I've been there. I've experienced that. Connect with someone that would help you get out of that space. Connect with a psychiatrist, a therapist, whoever would you feel you're comfortable with, that you would deepen the understanding of where you're at and how you're thinking about stress and pressure, and also the things that are not serving you, and deepen your ideas about you. Start creating ways to be better. Alternative, if you're not comfortable with talking to a psychiatrist and a therapist, seek a life coach. I've been investing in life coaching for the last 3 years and never stopped, and it allowed me to create a safe space for me to be able to express my thoughts, express my ideas, express my feelings, express my emotions. How difficult it is to manage your emotions when you don't know how to express your emotion in the first place. It's so challenging. And life coaching has allowed me to create a safe space for me to start learning all of these things, having that neural collections in the mind. We're talking about mind, by the way. And it allows you to just really be free of what's keeping you from living the life that you want. And I tell you, in life coaching is empowering you to really take control of your life and to fulfill your full potential. And if that is something that you want to do, you're looking for, and you're finding ways right now, I really encourage you to take the leap of faith. Start digging deep, create your stronger foundations by investing on yourself and investing on your learnings, investing on your mental health. There are 4 quadrants in mental health. Starts with the physical, with mental, with spiritual, and emotional. And these are the things that you need to go through for you to be able to experience a fulfilling life. And you were able to see the improvement. You're able to see your growth and development. You're able to see your relationship improve. You're able to see your career improve. And you're able to improve your communication with your spouse, with your children, with your loved ones, and any other people in your space. And it makes life more positive. It makes life more enjoyable. It makes the experience far fulfilling, far more meaningful, far purposeful. It's just a purposeful experience. And if you need support, if you need help, message us here at Life Coach Philippines. We'd be happy to support you if you're able to connect with what I've shared, what I what you've heard, what you've learned so far. We have a professional certified life coaches who are here to support you. Just feel free to message us. And you want to know more about what I do and how I can support you, just connect with me. You can search my page called Inspired Fidelity. Search that in Facebook and connect with me. Follow me in there. That is a mission that I have been doing, is to help men out there start living the life and not be conformed with this world, because that is putting so much pressure, so much tension in our mind that when we snap, our decisions could ruin or affect the future generation. So let's not do that. Help is available. Don't do that. Help is available. It's possible for you to heal. It's possible for you to live a better life. Just stretch your hands out there and we'll catch you. We'll catch you anywhere. All right? Let's continue to heal in our past. Start living the life that we deserve. We deserve a better life. And it's time for you to be able to continue and care for yourself. Care for your mental health. Care for your overall fitness and wellness. And of course, continue to stay inspired, continue to take action, continue to live a better life. All right? Thank you very much for joining me. Think about one thing that you could start doing after this, just one thing that you've learned in this talk, your takeaway, practice that every single day. And until next week, let's have a conversation again and let me help you, continuously help you. And when you're ready, I'm here, ready for you, ready to have a conversation with you. And let's stay connected and let's start supporting each other. All right. As I end this conversation, let me invite you to be part of what we are doing as our as organization, as professional certified life coaches. If you are not yet a smart holder of the Be Learning e-card and you are still missing all of the perks that I am getting, that best time for you to take action is today. Connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661 to know more about the Be Learning Society. Join us, which is the tent maker of the Be Learning Homes for mental fitness. If you are someone who's looking for a safe space for you to be able to express yourself, to rest, just to be yourself, that is what Master Coach A is building. What you will get when you take advantage of this monthly subscription, you enjoy a 5% food and beverage discount at D Cup Coffee Republic, which is located at Pasig City. You also get a monthly mental model masterclass, a full access of the mental model masterclass by Master Coach A, and this is gonna be happening every third Saturday of the month, which is gonna be happening this coming Saturday. And you also get the benefit of a 90-minute free coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. And if you are new to the concept of mental model, it is a framework, it is a mindset, it is a worldview that we have of how things work, how we process things, how we, digest information, how we process information, and how we see the world, which is our beliefs. And if you're able to master your mental models, you're able to be aware that you're using mental model and acknowledge that it's part of you and acknowledge that you need to improve and be better. Join us in building the strengths. The higher that you want to go, the deeper that you need to create a foundation, because the higher that you are, so that you don't fall. Mental model helps you with that. And it also removes your cognitive biases of how you see other people, how you see the world, how you see news, how you see interaction and connection. It just helps you in different areas of your life and the domains of your life. Save the date. That's going to be this coming Saturday on September 18 at 7 p.m. for Master Coach's Mental Model Masterclass, the Multiplier Skill Mental Model Masterclass. The information that we consume matters. It matters a lot. The information that you're watching right now, you're getting from me, it matters a lot. Be mindful, be intentional of that, because it affects the way that you eat. It affects the way that you, consume. It affects your body, and overall, it affects your thinking, behaviors, mindsets, habits. These different things affects it when what you consume. So be intentional. Have a deeper understanding of how you're consuming information, and be intentional about how you are going to consume information moving forward. So be intentional in there. Connect with us. Let us help you utilize this as an advantage. This is an unfair advantage for you if you take advantage. And this is going to be an unfair advantage. Drop in, join us, and let's continue to invest in ourselves, right? Do join us for another coaching conversation later with Coach Nords, with Coaching for Intentional Living at 2 p.m. and Coach C for Coaching for Unbalanced at 4 p.m. Coaching Think Talk happens every single day at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 4 p.m. Learning endlessly in there. Just pick what you want to learn, pick where you want to focus on, utilize the search function in there at Life Coach Philippines. Let's continue to invest in our learning. You have a lot of valuable contents here at Life Coach Philippines. Take advantage, take notes, implement things. And if you need help in implementation, Life Coach Philippines is here to support you. If you need help in the workplace as well, to create a mentally fit environment at work where everyone is humanized, Life Coaching is the place for you. And if you're needing CPD requirements, Life Coaching is now, or Life Coach Philippines is now offering CPD training requirements. So just message us here at Life Coach Philippines, and we'll be happy to connect with you. Once again, this is Life Coach Shaun De Joya from Coaching Think Talk, from Life Coach Philippines for Coaching Think Talk. Coaches like us think and talk like this. This is us in the Philippines. La bam boom, la bam boom. La bam boom. Thank you everyone for joining me. Have a great day. Bye-bye.